Hey, this is Joe from the Cell Phone Geek. Today I'm gonna show you how you upgrade your RAM on your MacBook. This is a MacBook 2009 from the end of 2009, I believe. But most of them are saying this is the one piece. I think it was the aluminum, and it's white. It has a white keyboard here. It looks like that, and then I just have the rubber fitting for it here, so it protects the keys, of course, and all that good stuff. And then on the back here, it's just a piece of the metal, and then it's got 8 screws that you have to take out to pull off the bottom, and then you can get to the hard drive, the DVD drive, and the RAM. And of course, got all your ports on the side here. Alright, so all you need for this here is a Phillips screwdriver, preferably a small Phillips screwdriver head. The RAM, of course, which I just purchased on Amazon for $30, so it's pretty cheap. And this is 8 gigs, so each stick is 4 gigs. And it's I think it was the 333 megahertz. I'll put in the description below. Forgot exactly what the specs were with this RAM, but I just went online and punched in my model of MacBook, and they told me which RAM I need for the order, so that's what I did. So, and this is maxed. This will be maxed out then with the 8 gigs of RAM. Okay, so pretty much all you need for this setup is these 3. Obviously, the computer, the screwdriver, and the RAM. And then I got scissors here to cut the RAM open, so we can get to the RAM here. On the back here, it shows you how to cut it, where to cut. So go ahead and throw it over there. Don't need the scissors anymore. Then this just basically opens up here, and both RAM chips are inside. And I think there is a booklet. Yeah, it's like a little, oops, dropped it. A little pamphlet here. All the warranty against defects. Oh yeah, and this is a lifetime warranty one that I purchased. This is supposed to guarantee that this RAM will work forever, for the life of the computer. So put that on the side. The 2 RAM chips, and as you should know, you never touch the gold prongs there on the RAM. That's not for your fingers, so don't put your fingers on that. I'm going to set that over to the side for right now. Alright, so first thing you want to do is make sure that your computer's off. If it's not, go ahead and turn it off. And then next thing you're going to do is take out all 8 screws. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the screws here. And I apologize, but the screwdriver that I have is too big, so I gotta grab my other one. Alright, so I got the smaller screwdriver here. It's got a smaller tip on it, and then you don't want to lose these screws. So after you take out these screws, set them off to the side, because you're going to need them again to put it back together. And I try to put the screws like in order the way I took them off, so then the same screw goes back into that same hole when we go and put it all back together, just so we know for sure that the screw is the correct length for where it's supposed to go. Because I know sometimes when you take a computer apart and you go put it back together, you have all these different length screws, and you're not sure which screw is supposed to go where. So one good idea is when you take it off to lay off to the side and put it in the same order. As you can see, I got all the 4 screws here in the order of the laptop. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just doing 2 rows of 4, just like the laptop is set up here. And this will work for, this is an easy upgrade, because if you order the laptop with this already pre-done, they're going to charge quite a bit. I think it's over $100 plus the RAM. So for $30, you can do it yourself, and it's really not that hard. Okay, so once you do that, the cover has to snap off, so you got to go around here and start popping it off. Some of the corners pop up when you take out the screws, so you just got to go around here and pop it. You can hear the snapping. So that just pops off. It's just metal. And then we're going to go ahead and set that off to the side here for right now. Okay, so then this is the inside of the laptop. You got your RAM chips here, your DVD burners over here, the batteries right here, and your hard drive is right here. And I've got a 500 gig hybrid drive, which is part of it is solid state and the other part is a regular traditional hard drive. I went ahead and spun it around because I got to go and get to this RAM here. And then what you want to do is make sure you don't have any static electricity. So I'm going to touch here the borders of the laptop to get rid of any, to discharge any static that I have. And next thing you're going to do is there's two tabs here. See if I can show you closer. There's a tab here and a tab on the other side. As soon as you push on, as soon as you pull out on it, the RAM chip will lift up. So after you do both, see it pops up by itself. So the RAM chip will pop up, and then you just pull it, and it slides right out like that. And this was what I had in there before was 2 gig. So I had two 2 gig sticks. So basically, I'm just doubling my RAM. So I had 8 gig or 4 gigs, and I'm going up to 8 gig. Okay, and then to get the second one out, it's the same thing. You push on those same 2 tabs, and then that RAM chip pops up like this, as you can see. And then this one's a little bit trickier to get free, since it's deep down inside the laptop here. You may want to use a Phillips screwdriver and be careful and pull the chip out. I'm grabbing it from where those where the dent where the RAM is dented in. Yeah, I'll show you on this chip. Where it's dented right here, because that's how the clip holds it in place. I use a screwdriver and I pull on it gently, and then I do the same thing to the other side, and then it rocks it out, and then it's able to come out fairly easy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. And the RAM chip should come out here. Just take your time, no rush. And then that RAM chip should come out like that. Blow out any dust that may be in there. Make sure it's nice and clean. And what you want to do is take your RAM chips here and just stick them back in, same when they came out. On mine, as you notice, there's a little pocket here. Let's see if you can see. Oh yeah, right here. See, there's the metal, and then it stops, and there's another metal, and there's one spot that's open. You have to make sure that lines up with the computer itself, so it snaps into place correctly. It won't allow you to push it in the other way. It will actually lock you out. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here. So it goes in on an angle like that, and then all you got to do is push it down like that. And now it's locked into place. There's nowhere for it to go. That's the first chip, and then basically the second one just sits on top of it, snapped into that pocket. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take this RAM chip, do the same thing, push it in there, and then you just push down, snaps into place, and that's it. Both RAM chips are both seated in there, right where they're supposed to be. When you have a part like this, it's a good idea to check your fans and make sure that if there's any dust, to clean out the dust. So real quick here, I'm going to wipe out the dust. At least break it up here, and then I'll blow on it, and then it should remove the dust particles that I moved around. You always want to make sure that your computer is free of dust, because dust can be a big problem with computers. Cause your computer to overheat. Nobody wants that. Go around here real quick and see wherever there's dust, try to get it out. Especially if you're like me and your computer stays on for hours at a time, you don't want it to overheat and ruin anything in the computer. So you want to check everything and make sure everything's okay. So right now is a perfect time to do that, since you got it taken apart quite a bit of the way. Check everything, make sure everything looks okay. And then all I got to do is put it back together. So remember, I spun the laptop here, and I had the battery. The battery was here on the bottom. I'm going to spin it back. So then when I go and put this cover on, I put the cover on correctly. So I just have to take the lid now, and then the lid just snaps back over top. and it may not snap in by just pushing it. You probably are going to have to put the screws in. I've noticed that, and I couldn't get it to re-snap until I put the screws in. And once the screws are put in, then it pushes it all down and snaps into place. So I'm going to go ahead and first do one corner, and I'm going to do the opposite corner diagonally. So I'll show you here. Take care of this corner first. And you don't necessarily have to put the screw in all the way when you first do it. So I'm just going to put it part way. And then I'm going to do diagonally to the other corner. Try to make sure that the hole lines up here before you drop the screw in. That way you know all I got to do is twist the screw in, tighten the screw right in the spot. And then what I do is then I come down to the corner. So I go diagonal, and then I come down and then take care of this corner. The idea is you want to get the four corners done before you do the other screws. That way all the screw holes will line up correctly and you won't have a problem. And I'm going to go ahead and go diagonally and then take care of this corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right here, finish putting in the screws, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so once you get all the screws in, I went around and retightened them, double checked to make sure that they're all tightened. And then now you just push it around the border here and snap it into place. And you can hear it should snap here. You may want to try to snap it in before you tighten the screw. As you can see here, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. I forgot to snap it here. But you should snap it before tightening the screws down, because it'll be easier to snap. Alright, so once you get it all snapped into place here, as I did, you can see it's all tightly fitted all the way around. And then all I gotta do is flip the computer over and turn it on, and let's see what happens. The light turned on here, and we have a problem because it's just beeping. For some reason, it's not taking the RAM. Yeah, you can hear beeping. I'm gonna have to take it apart and see what happened, but that's all I got. Basically, that's all I got to do, and it should turn on, and you should be good to go. I have to see why it's not accepting my RAM, because that's what it is. It just won't accept the RAM that I just put in for some reason. Well, that's the whole thing of how you do it. And then when you boot up the computer, you can see it should tell you that new RAMs. You know, if you go to your system properties, it will show you that you have 8 gigs of RAM, or at least that's what I put in here. So it'll show that I have 2 4-gig sticks, so I have 8 gigs of RAM. That's basically it. So it's really not that hard to do, and as you can see, just like in the video here, it's under 15 minutes to do. So it's not difficult. The difficulty is pretty low. I'd say between easy and medium, and the time to do it takes less than 15 minutes, so it's really not that hard to do, and it'll save you at least $100 from Apple to do it for you. And you could do it yourself. All you need is a screwdriver, the RAM, and a pair of scissors to cut open the RAM packaging and the laptop itself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and there'll be more videos to come for you.